name is Shia Jones, and I'm here to talk about alcohol addiction. Alcohol addiction is something that many of us have heard about. Now, you may ask, what is alcohol addiction? This is a picture of a young man who's clearly having some issues with alcohol. What is alcohol addiction? First, I like to pray. Father God, please, in the name of Jesus, help me with this webinar. Amen. Now, people may use alcohol either to avoid pain and or to gain pleasure. You may ask, how do I know this? Well, that will be revealed at the end of this webinar. In my humble opinion, many are in denial that they have an alcohol use problem, and they can't overcome the guilt because of shame. However, there is help. There are AA meetings, which is Alcohol Anonymous. There are 12-step programs, and some people I'm aware of even go to Narcotic Anonymous, which is NA meetings, for support. Again, I'm here to talk about alcohol addiction. What is alcohol? What is alcohol? Alcohol is a legal, controlled substance that lowers anxiety and inhibitions. Inhibitions is an inability to act in a relaxed or natural way. Alcohol is commonly consumed as a drink in various forms, including beer, wine, and or hard liquor. In 1984, Congress gave the minimum age of drinking and purchasing alcohol, because many drink and they're not of age, at the age of 21. And not everyone who drinks is an alcoholic, but anyone whose life is negatively affected by alcohol on a consistent basis is considered to have an alcohol use disorder. And alcohol became legal in the United States of America between 1776 and 1920. Now, the DSM-5 talks about AUD, which again is alcohol use disorder. This disorder unfortunately never goes away. You can be sober for years, but if you have one drink, you can relapse. It's like one drink is too many and 100 drinks is not enough. Now let's chat about heavy alcohol consumption. Again, heavy alcohol consumption. Now that guy is really consuming alcohol. So you may ask, what is heavy alcohol consumption? Well, I did research on binge drinking. Now, binge drinking is the consumption of alcohol in an excessive amount within a short period of time. So with men and women, binge drinking could be 5 or more days in the past month. With women drinking like 4 drinks at a time, men drinking 5 drinks at a time, and this is all within 2 hours. So for you to be considered a heavy drinker or someone who abuses alcohol, you don't have to drink a bottle of booze a night. But according to the BAC, which we learned on our quiz, which is blood alcohol concentration, the legal level is 0.08. So if you're above that, you are considered drunk and a hazard. Alcohol abuse and alcoholism may be more in line with your habits than you are inclined to think. And so you're like, Ashia, what do you mean by habits? Well, some people have a habit of driving and drinking, which they get DWIs. Some people have a habit of working and drinking. They go to work drunk, they drink at work, and they come home drinking. They call themselves a functional alcoholic. Some people don't even think, and they're taking their prescribed medication from the medical doctors while drinking. Totally not cool. Totally not cool. And so those habits, some people are not thinking about, but they are doing those. So next we're going to talk about a moderate drinker. Again, moderate drinker. Moderate drinker. Now in women, you may say, hey, what is a moderate drinker for a woman? Now, if you have 1 drink per day for women or 2 drinks per day per man, moderate drinking does not result in adverse consequences. Now, let me tell you what adverse consequences are. Those are negative or harmful. And moderate means an average in amount of intensity, quality, or degree. So when drinking results in trouble with the law, legal problems, relationship problems, lower productivity at home, work, and school, there could be a potential problem at hand. You could be drinking more than a moderate amount. So you need to keep that in mind. Again, moderate for women is 1 drink per day. For men, 2 drinks per day. So now let's take the necessary precautions so you will not have these adverse effects which are negative and harmful. Steps to take. Steps to take. So first you have to start. Let's start with a relaxed prevention or plan of sobriety. You need to have a healthy support system. Someone who is healthy for you, not a person that's drinking, but a healthy support system, or you can have like a sponsor, someone who's been in your shoes before, but that has been sober for years. That could be a sponsor. So next you need to have effective communication skills. These skills are listening. This is what your relapse plan will provide through your healthy person. Be non-judgmental, have empathy, be respectful, have confidence, and be responsible. Then you have relationships and family dynamics. You want a person in your family who you can chat with, who again will listen to you and won't tell the entire family about what's going on. This person, like your grandparents, aunties, uncles, or even your parents, because you may find out that being an alcoholic is hereditary. And so you want to check those things out and see what you can do with those. Okay? Then you want someone who's assertive. Someone who's going to be there for you. Someone in your inner circle who will keep things keep things up and forefront with you. Then you want someone who's going to hold you accountable. Like, hey, Ashia, you said if you drunk, I need to bring this to your attention. So, hey, that type of person needs to hold you accountable. Then you need a recovery plan, and you want to know why it's necessary. You must want to change. That's why it's necessary. You have to say, hey, I'm an alcoholic. My name is Ashia, and I want to change. Then you can start planning like short-term goals to make those changes. And then you can have compassionate self-care. You can say, hey, these are the things that I was doing with alcohol. And now you can talk to someone else, say, hey, I was a user, but now I've overcome these problems. So that's going to be a part of your short-term goals. So again, we're talking about alcohol addiction. Alcohol addiction. So let's chat about now the effective decision making. Effective decision making. Everything you do in life, you want to be effective. So first, you're going to identify the decision. Hey, I'm a Shia, I'm an alcoholic, and I want to make some effective decision making. So you want to gather information. Make up your mind. This is what you want to do. You want to identify alternatives. It won't occur overnight. Nothing changes overnight, but you have to work for it. Again, you have to chat with others about the process, so having a sponsor is very imminent to have. You want to weigh the evidence. Look at the possibilities. Examples are like, if you were drinking 10 drinks a day, take it down to 8 gradually. If you were going to AA meetings once a week, you want to go 3 days a week. If you were spending $100 a week, you want to take it down to 75. Gradually change. You cannot change this habit cold turkey. Your body may go into shock and definitely will start having withdrawals. Again, choose among your alternatives. So I just gave you a couple. You're going to get healthy when you start doing those. You're going to have more money in your pocket. You're going to be a more productive worker. And you'll be able to see the sun over a cloudy day. You want to take action. Like choose every week to do something different, every day to do something different, and then definitely every month to do something different. And then you want to review your decisions. So now you're from 8 days a week to drinking to 7 days, to 6, to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're not drinking anymore. So then you're going to AA meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous, NA meetings, Narcotics Anonymous, and you can tell others about, hey, how you made it over, and you can have this new outlook on life. Again, effective decision making. Now, there will be some common challenges. I will not fret you, lie to you, take you out of the norm. There will be some common challenges. There's challenge, but with challenges, there are solutions. Now, having too much or not having enough. Now, again, you don't want to quit cold turkey. You don't want everyone coming to you from all angles. That's overloading. That's overwhelming. That's stressful. That increases anxiety. But you don't want to have too little information, because with too little information, you can become less confident in yourself. Fearful, have negative thoughts, which thinking about failing. Like you'll relapse. That's what thoughts you'll have. Misidentifying the problem. Again, you have to first admit, hey, I do have an alcohol problem. You want to set goals for yourself, realistic goals, short-term goals. And overconfidence in the outcome could also be a challenge. You want to ask for positive feedback. You don't want to boast about what's going on. You don't want to quit again cold turkey. You want to brainstorm and have balance. Personal struggles. Alcohol misuse affects the spouse. There's nonverbal going on. There's no sex, little sex. There's no family meals. There's consistent arguing. And you're going to ask, hey, what do I do now when these things happen? Alcohol misuse affects children. You get short-tempered. You don't have patience. No quality times. You're missing events. And you're missing milestones like games, birthdays, things of that nature. Alcohol misuse affects your physical health. We'll come back to that also. You can have and develop an irregular heartbeat, blood clots, strokes, have heart attacks, etc. It also affects your employment. You start going in late, you're irritable, you're short with others, you're missing key details, you can definitely risk hurting others and get fired. Alcohol misuse affects friendship with others. You're distant, not hanging out, not returning calls, not going shooting hoops. It affects your finances. You're missing bills, not having enough money from your savings account because you're borrowing, stealing from out of that, not telling your spouse. Lights are getting cut off. Rent's not getting paid. Cars getting repossessed. You become homeless. You lose your house. You lose your spouse. And alcohol misuse affects your mental health. Depression comes, anxiety, mood swings, and deceptive behavior comes. We're back to it. Alcohol affects your physical being. Again, alcohol affects your physical being. You ask how. You have blackouts, which is loss of consciousness. You have dizziness, which is loss of balance. Shakiness, trembling, cravings, powerful desires, sweating, excessive perspiration. Aggression, you become confrontational, wanting to fight. And the agitation, you have just urges to do excessive things. Compulsive behavior, you're just not you're not certain with different outcomes. Anxiety, you're just emotionally stressed, and you have impaired driving when all this occurs. Again, we want to teach our children and ourselves now to say no, because we have a lot of information on alcohol. Last but not least, we have alcohol-related deaths. I told you in the beginning I was going to tell you how this affects me personally. I've lost a couple of people. Again, I've lost a couple of people due to alcohol. Alcohol relates to 88,000 deaths between 2006 and 2010. 9,967 deaths in 2014, and my unfortunately best friend's mother was killed by a drunk driver. 80,000 deaths in 2018. Alcohol poisoning kills 6 people each day. Poisoning comes along with loss of coordination, slurred speech, and over 3 million per year are killed from alcohol poisoning. What I did learn is that American Indians and Alaskan Natives have the most alcohol poisoning deaths per million people. Europeans introduced alcohol to American Indians as an instrument of trade and diplomacy. But long before they arrived, the American Indians, Western tribes, were already drinking made from fermented plants. And unfortunately, my dad had an alcohol-related death. He was trying to be hip, drinking with friends. He became a habit. He became addicted. He began to self-medicate, ended up losing his family, his job, and his life. The end.